Howdy there, folks and cowpokes, and today we have a deeper delve into Stray Gods. And, last time we saw this on the channel was about 9 months ago with the first look, which I will be linking down in the description. But, at that time I was pleased and impressed with the music, the art style, the singing, but there were some bits where, and also the concept, but there were some bits with the writing of the, chorus, where I was like, that doesn't make much sense. And there were lots of bits where, like, the visuals would be hitching. Not particularly enjoyable to watch. So, that was because the computer I was using at the time was underpowered for what it was. So this one I have replayed up to the point, to catch up, to where we were before, just to test this newer system. It is considerably better in that regard, though there are still moments sometimes where, like, a word or two will get cut out in the singing, which is not ideal. If that doesn't come up, do keep that in mind as a bit of a performance issue with the game on, this level of system. That can just happen, even if it otherwise runs, well. So, we're actually going to jump into this and continue on from where we left off by going to Calliope's apartment. Also, my controller stopped working. Okay, that's not ideal. But yeah, I'll be going quiet from here on in.
Oh, it's open. That's not a good sign. This is Calliope's apartment? I don't know what I was expecting, but not this. Hello? Oh, sure, Grace, good job. Just announce to the killer that you're here. I better have a look around.
Had to pause for a moment while I sorted out the controller issue, because that's annoying. But yeah, I'll continue on, and I will not be being a motor mouth.
Damn, look at that. That's beautiful. How do you even get one of these?
That being said, ew, a Warhol. Fuck Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol, yeah, that makes sense. I wonder how many celebrities she knew. After Calliope left the audition, where did she go? Did she follow me? Did she come here? Did she paint that? Looks like it belongs in a museum. Right. These aren't... Do I inherit these as the new muse? Is that even okay to ask? I want to believe this is just an ironic photo of Elvis and she wasn't, like, his muse, or...
No, his muse was all of the black musicians he stole from.
A giant harp. Of course there's a giant harp. So many instruments in here. Did she play all of them? I don't see anything useful down here. Maybe there's something upstairs? Oh man, keep it together, Grace. It's just your average, everyday...
There were only 3 muses, you know, not 9. Whenever they found someone who made something truly masterful or created a new art form, they'd pass on their eidolon, take a new name. You see, that's how the mortals became confused. They got it wrong. Like they got almost everything about us wrong.
What are you doing, sitting here in the dark?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Preparing your villainous monologue?
I'm grieving. For a dear friend. If I may ask, how did you find this place? And what are you doing here?
Pan told me about it. I was hoping I could find... something, some clue about what happened.
You've already met Pan? How odd.
Well, at least he lifted a finger to help me. For his own gain, maybe, but it's better than nothing.
I honestly wish I could help you, Grace. You and Calliope both deserved better.
Maybe don't, say he didn't lift a finger to help you when he was the one who dissented and made it so they didn't murder you. I can understand being rash, but come on. He did go, no, I disagree, when everyone else was like, yeah, let's jump on this bandwagon and murder this fucking weirdo, lol.
I should thank you for, you know, speaking up for me.
It wasn't right, what they were doing.
It still isn't. I still need help.
I'm not disputing that, Grace. I just don't think that I'm the one to help you.
Why can't you help me exactly? Pan said there's no specific rule against it.
It's not that I'm forbidden to help you, Grace. It's that you don't want my help.
Of course I do! You have to know more than me about almost everything!
My help will only make things worse.
How is that possible? I've been sentenced to death.
And without my help, you stand a chance of avoiding that fate.
This room is a mess. Did you do this?
With this? It was like this when I got here.
And you didn't think that was in the least bit strange?
I didn't think much of it. I came here to be reminded of Calliope, not to search through her things. That and it's cleaner than my place.
So you didn't mess up the room, but someone must have. There could be a clue.
Nothing that I've seen. All this mess, as you put it, is likely the result of her projects.
Her projects?
When Calliope got an idea in her head, she would obsess over it, sometimes for months, even years. I don't know what she was involved with lately, but this... for her, this is nothing.
Can you tell me about Calliope? I barely knew her, but she seemed...
She was a beautiful soul, if troubled.
troubled?
She thought the idols had lost their way. She argued with us, with all of us, that we needed to change. We hadn't spoken in years. I hadn't seen her home before today. I'd rather not talk about it.
So you won't answer my questions. You're sitting here in the dark. You say you're mourning Calliope.
What are you insinuating?
I don't know you. For all I know, you could be the killer. You came to get rid of evidence, maybe, or you knew I was coming and you're here to throw me off.
That's ridiculous.
Is it? The only thing you've said is that I don't want your help, but that's ridiculous?
I can't do this.
I have fully decided that I'm going to be a disaster character, so...
I don't have anywhere else to go.
Meaning?
Meaning I'm not leaving until you give me something. I wouldn't do this if it wasn't literally life or death. But I need to know what the problem is.
I haven't sung in centuries.
According to Pan, I can't force anyone to do anything.
Phantom pains from a missing friend, feeding thoughts, thoughts that never end. What did I do? What didn't I do? Here she is, only in your head. Long gone fights, but they're never dead. What did I do? What didn't I do?
Anytime I'm stuck on what I did and didn't do, I just scan the distance for the next thing. What is the next thing for you?
Next thing, she often said that too. We were statues hiding under sheets, collecting dust. She burst through the door and shouted, next thing. Come to the next thing.
Calliope, she's the way to be. Facing out, finding ways to see beyond what's dead, reaching ahead.
Yeah, that was her. A meteor, a blazing star, and she was no more. What did I do? What didn't I do?
You can be the guy who just stays clinging to his kin, closing all his shutters. The next thing, a foreign army sweeps in.
But I've tried.
Never with me. We haven't tried.
Then let's see.
Always knew that you would come around.
That hidden voice, it will always play. It's on a loop, it will always say, what did I do? What didn't I do? It's a song you can't erase, but you can make a tiny space for something new.
The next thing.
The next thing. The next thing.
Very well, I'll help. Though I'm uncertain what you expect me to do.
Athena called you the god of prophecy, didn't she? Isn't that telling the future?
Prophecy is the last thing you need, Grace.
There you go again, telling me what I do or do not need.
I apologize. I didn't mean it that way. To receive a prophecy is not simply to be told what might happen, it's to be told what will happen. To know a prophecy is to be bound to its outcome. Only in ignorance is one free to choose.
You're right, that sounds like it wouldn't be much of a help. Even to you.
Oh, I've dared prophesy too many times. To know what comes and then be unable to do anything about it.
Yeah, I get it.
Worse, prophecies are never crystal clear. Sometimes you won't understand the full meaning until it's too late.
So you're saying I'm doomed. All roads lead to doom, and there's nothing I can do about it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You're still free to act, Grace. But there might be something else I can do to help. Come with me. There's someone I'd like you to meet.
This is where you live?
Oh, yes. Sometimes. And excuse the mess. I don't get many visitors.
Don't worry about it. I have 3 brothers. I've seen a mess or two.
Well, you're being kind. I admit I hadn't realized how bad it was.
You said I'm here to meet someone?
Ah, yes. Do you know what an oracle is?
Someone who tells the future?
Not quite. They serve as a channel of sorts for my powers. This allows them to offer insight, knowledge they have no earthly means to possess. There's always been one. Over the ages, no matter where I go, one manages to find me.
Meaning there's an oracle here.
There is.
What?
I have brought someone to see you.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not a magic fortune cookie. Is that what Paul told you? Oracle's my handle. And even if I was the Oracle, I'm certainly not his Oracle.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. He said you might...
Oh, I know what he said. Paul thinks just because I crash here, he can interrupt me whenever he pleases.
I mean...
Look, I'm sure he told you all sorts of nonsense. I use computers. I'm a hacker. That's it.
I ask very little of you, Oracle. Your help here would be appreciated.
Fine. Don't get your abs in a twist. Okay, so Paul brought you all this way just to see little old me. What's on your mind, sis?
So you're an oracle who uses the internet, huh?
Like I said, it's my handle, and yeah. It's a sweet setup, huh? Some of it's even legit.
The parts I purchased for her, presumably.
Bargain for, fair and square. And I keep telling you to get me an Ethernet cable.
I don't know what that is.
It's the 21st century, Paul, and your 21st century Oracle needs her some download speed, okay?
I'm looking for information about someone named Calliope. Can you help?
Oh, the lady from that apartment I sent Paul to. Yeah, I've been checking that out.
What did I tell you?
I looked it up. You could do the same if you learned to use the computer. Here, hold up, I'll show you. There. The apartment was originally purchased 2 years ago by a holding company, Core with a K Enterprises.
Oh. Oh, I see. That would be Persephone.
Persephone is in the one from the chorus. The one who wanted me dead, Persephone.
I wasn't aware Persephone and Calliope were friendly. Certainly not friendly enough for Persephone to give Calliope an apartment. The good news is that Persephone is easy to find. I can take you to her if you like.
I'm thinking she won't be happy to see me.
Persephone is rarely happy to see anyone.
Great! We're all done now.
Thank you for your help, Oracle. Please, do try to get out from behind your screens at least once today. Perhaps go for a walk.
Yeah, sure, will do. Leave a tip on your way out.
Welcome to the underworld.
Wow. How have I never heard of this place?
Persephone keeps it a secret, while still managing to draw a crowd every night. Don't ask me how. Here in the underworld, idols can be themselves, even if they don't look human.
Do you come here often?
Oh, no. Persephone and I aren't friends.
Is she friends with anyone?
Not many, no. Except Calliope, apparently. If we're to find Persephone in all this, we'll need to split up. Have you considered what you'll say to her?
Okay, critique here. It feels like quite a few times I will pick something and then I will basically say something which is kind of contrary to what I was trying to say. Like the last option. Not your scene is not the same as you come here often. Like that's literally the opposite of what I was trying to say. I don't like it when dialogue options are like way different from what you actually choose. It doesn't make any sense. Why even give it the option if you're gonna... Oh, it's not actually what you chose. Just fucking rewrite it, goddamn. Not to be snippy or anything, just like, why? I don't get it.
All I know is if she's spoiling for a fight, she'll get one.
It might come to that, I suppose.
You're not gonna try to stop me?
Sometimes strength is the only thing Persephone respects. You need to be prepared to use your powers, as you did with me. Come find me in the crown if you need anything. Otherwise, be careful, Grace.
as I live and breathe, if it isn't our dear muse.
Hi, Pam.
Tell me, have you decided to leave your troubles behind and join us in the land of shadows and revelry?
I'm guessing it's a total coincidence that I'm running into you here.
It must be. The alternative would be that I knew a great many things ahead of time.
Well, did you?
Do I look like an oracle? I am here to listen to thrilling music and meet delicious people. My tastes are simple.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of simple tastes, my glass is empty again. The service here is appalling.
I assume you're a regular at this club?
And why would you assume that, dear Grace?
The horns, you. Do you know Persephone well?
There is no knowing Persephone well. She won't have it. Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Long ago, we were all very different. Over the span of ages, however, even mountains erode.
I should thank you for the address. It's what led me here.
No need to thank me. You'll owe me. Remember, how you managed to stir the sun god from his oh so tiresome gloom, I cannot imagine. Nicely done.
Did you know Apollo would be at that apartment?
However would I know something like that?
See, you play innocent, but I just don't believe you.
Flatterer.
The things you say, the things you don't say. You don't make yourself seem trustworthy. You know that?
Trust is for the weak and the penniless.
Still not helping.
Why, Grace, are you assuming that I, Pan, am some sort of scoundrel?
It's more that I'm stating it outright.
Rejected twice in a row. How will I ever recover from such insult, I ask you?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to tell you, Grace. Even an idol needs to get by.
You must know why I'm here, right?
Let me guess. You seek our sweet-natured proprietress.
Can you help me find her?
Earlier I wasn't good enough, but now, I see how it is. By all means, I'd love to tell Persephone that the source of her rage has intruded on her domain.
Don't tell me the big bad Pan is afraid.
Seeing as I am neither big nor truly bad, it behooves me to be wary of those who are both.
That's awfully sensible. For you.
You barely know me, my little dumpling. But if I am anything, I am a survivor.
Suit yourself. I'll find another way.
It's for the best. My best, at any rate.
I should get going. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
One can only hope.
Oh, hey. You're the new muse, aren't you?
I guess I am, yeah.
Aphrodite mentioned it. Didn't figure I'd see you here, though. Oh, excuse the manners. Name's Eros, god of sex.
You know Aphrodite, right? I only met her the once.
Sure, she's my mother. You know how it is.
How would I know? New here, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking. But you hear a lot of idols talk about each other like that. You know, mother, brother, sister, grandfather. None of us are actually related. We just played a family for so many centuries, it may as well be true.
So Aphrodite is your mother, but not really.
That's right. A long time ago, she took care of me when I needed taking care of. The mortals, they just assumed. These days, well, it's not like that anymore. We're not as invulnerable as we used to be. Least of all, Aphrodite.
Here's the thing. I'm looking for Persephone, but I can't find her anywhere.
Well, I know where she is, but I question whether she'd be happy to see you. Look, I like you, but Mother told me what happened at the chorus. I don't want to cause trouble with Persephone.
I don't know Persephone well, but considering what I do know, I don't blame you.
I know it's lousy, and I'm sorry. I hope I can make it up to you someday.
I'll see you around.
Count on it.
Whoa, you're here. I mean, you gotta be somewhere, but you're here.
Hello, Hermes.
Sorry about running off on you back at the thing. Didn't really have a choice, but sorry anyway.
You're not much like the other idols, are you?
No? I haven't been an idol very long. Maybe like a year? I've lost track. So I'm not the one to ask about the idol stuff. It's all cool, but mostly I do whatever Athena asks. Athena says, one day I'll sit on the chorus. That'll be sick. Can you imagine me in charge?
Why not? Maybe you can shake some dust off the other idols.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of dust.
You're right about that.
I don't think Athena would let me clean anything anyway. She won't even let me touch her spear.
When Calliope died, you were right there, within moments. How did you know?
I told you. I got word, so I came.
But how did you get word?
Look, when an idol dies, I have to be there. So I just know. It's a Hermes thing.
To take the body, clean up the blood, that sort of thing?
Oh, that too, yeah. But that's on Athena's orders.
To keep the idols secret?
Sure. Can you imagine the questions? I don't know how we hide so well as it is.
You've only been an idol for a year? How did that happen?
Probably same way it did with you.
Oh, the old Hermes died in your arms and then they accused you of his murder?
No. Well, yes. I mean, no, not like that. But yeah. I was there when he died. We were friends and I was having trouble at home and he helped me out. I miss him.
You knew it was gonna happen? It wasn't a surprise?
He asked me before he left. So no, not a surprise.
Is that usually how it happens?
Usually, yeah.
This is probably a stupid question, but do you know who might have killed Calliope?
Ugh, why would I know anything about that?
When you came to the apartment, it seemed like you knew her.
Oh no, I only met her once. She didn't live with the rest of the idols or hang out with us very much. She seemed nice though. Angry, maybe. But I don't know who'd want to hurt her.
How was she angry?
Pissed off. But more because she cared about everyone too much not to be. I don't know, that's what I thought anyhow. I'm probably wrong.
Do you know if Persephone is here? I need to talk to her.
Oh, you're serious. Why would you want to talk to Persephone? Nobody ever wants that. One time, I laughed too loud near her, and she threatened to ban me from the club. I don't want to be banned. I like it here.
Pull yourself together. Are you gonna let Persephone boss you around forever?
Maybe?
No, you do that, she'll be walking all over you for centuries. You're a god.
Yeah, I'm a god.
You never know, she might be impressed, right?
Heck yeah. Yeah, let me know when you want to find her. I'll even stand way, way back while you chat.
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me. Every staff member I approach screams and runs off. I hope your search has been more successful.
You don't come here often, I'm guessing?
Never. I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in Apollo land?
Once. When I had the muses to keep me company.
Sorry, I didn't mean to remind you.
It's all right. I'm okay.
It might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
I thought she was just mad at me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone's angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time. She has her reasons. I can't say she doesn't, but she does not let go of a grudge. 1,000 years could pass, and Persephone will remember what you did like it was yesterday.
What's Persephone's story? Her name rings a bell, but I don't...
No doubt you've heard the tale of how Hades, lord of the underworld, kidnapped a young sweet goddess and made her his wife.
That sweet young goddess was... Persephone.
Her mother, Demeter, was so enraged she blanketed the world in ice, rendering it barren and infertile. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades, and thus the matter was resolved. Well, you asked. That's her story, as the mortals tell it.
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
Well, let's see. Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That quieted things. At least until Persephone killed Hades.
Sounds like Hades had it coming.
I'd like to say we handled it well. That Zeus and the idols were mindful of what Persephone had been through, but that would be a lie. Persephone was punished for the murder, the underworld taken from her, and we all stood by and let it happen. She has never forgiven us, and honestly, I can't blame her.
If I were her, I'd be mad at you all too.
Then you understand why things are difficult between us.
Wait, Persephone killed another idol.
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been, I don't know,
Executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. Back then, we heard Persephone had usurped Hades' throne, but we couldn't believe it. It just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
why didn't you see it coming? You're the god of prophecy.
When I look, I learned long ago not to.
So what happened to Persephone after...
The murder? She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the New World, I think she would have left us if it was allowed. It isn't, so instead she did as she pleased. She started a cult, became a crime boss.
Oh, what?
It was after her last transition, but honestly, I have no insight into anything Persephone does these days.
Well, you have recently learned that she's a landlord.
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally! I'll be right behind you.
You're coming with me? But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
We'll see, I guess.
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal with you later. I was willing to leave you be, Grace, to wait until your guilt was certain. And yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy? Are you here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
What is your problem with me exactly? You've had it in for me the moment you saw me.
My problem? My problem is that I'm filled with questions, Grace. Filled to the brim. Do you really expect us to believe that Calliope chose you? What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate? Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she agreed to hand over her Eidolon?
Persephone, this isn't...
That's my problem, Grace. With you. And you can't make it go away.
That's it. I'm done talking.
Grace, I don't think this...
Forget it, Apollo. She's spoiling for a fight, so why not give it to her?
So it's a challenge after all. You hear that? You're in my house, little muse. You want answers? Fight for them. A lost little girl have come here, and I sure ain't in the mood to make new friends. Go home, little girl. The shadows drawing near, and you all alone. We both know how this ends. Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
Hello? Testing 1, 2, testing 3. Is this thing on? Are you testing me with your coterie, ogling expectantly? Heads up, wrecking me won't come for free. See, it won't be easy, Persephone, when I use the moves I bring blessedly. Shadows don't scare me, see, I'll survive it. Maybe you want to do this in private.
You're lost, little girl. You're wasting our time now. The gall of a squeaking mouse in a lion's den. Give up, little girl. The bus home leaving. Seen it so many times. We all know how this ends. We all know how it ends.
The Persephone? Oh boy, a celebrity dissing me. Now remind me, P, jog my memory. Sorry, not up on my ancient history. Underworld, now that rings a bell. Was it you who was married to the king of hell? It's hazy, Hades, so you're his lady? Before my time, because I'm such a baby. Please teach me my ABCs. Me, I never featured in Euripides. So where are they now? Wow, look around. You're the big cheese of a hole in the ground.
Don't you have any idea what you're dealing with, child? Surprise, surprise, coins on your eyes. Give them to the fairy. Get it in your little head. You're spitting at me of the dead.
You're not my queen pea, I'm alive. You got a real life muse in this basement dive. You could use a boost. Should I play a gig? Hey, word of mouth works, Pea. It'll be big.
Get lost, little girl.
I need a room and a ride.
You're making me angry.
I got needs, you see. Say please, I'll bring keys and a couple guitars.
You don't want to know how far we could
We
descend.
haven't fun yet? I'm sorry, what's up? Let me guess how it ends. Yeah, you already said.
Back off, little girl.
We're young, you're old, we live, you
You're
die.
asking for trouble.
The end, see, that's how time works. Bye-bye.
You wanna push me, so look and then see how this ends. How this always ends.
Don't you have any idea how you sound right now? We hear it all the time. The world is full of ghosts and nothing's ever born. You're choking on dust down here now. Maybe that's your cue. Time's come to move on. Make space for someone new. Someone not as bored as you. Maybe this new muse will do.
Don't use that word. You have no right to use that word. After what you did to her. Why don't I just kill you and wipe the floor with you? Don't use that word. You have to fight to use that word. You don't go in and that's your biggest mistake for Calliope's sake.
Wait, what word? Muse? Not use it at all? Not cool, screw you, see, it's not your call. Not a kid, but I'm innocent and I can explain. See my sunshine coming at the end of your rain. Say my name, say my name, say my name. Say, hey, you lost little girl. I'm stolen the show now. A breath of some fresher air, that's enough for them. Hello, I'm world. I'm finding a flow now. I'm not gonna slow down, and here's why it's so loud. Because none of us know now how it's gonna end. How it's gonna end. How it's gonna end. Is that enough, Persephone? Do we need to go another round?
Just tell me one thing. What prompted this little visit of yours?
We went to Calliope's apartment, and we know that you own it.
I see. Follow me then. Calliope came to me years ago. She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker. She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt, so I gave her the apartment.
You gave her that beautiful place? That's generous of you.
I had it to give.
Generosity isn't exactly what you're known for, Persephone.
I felt sorry for her, Apollo. Not that it makes any difference. It's been at least 2 years since we spoke. After I heard the news, I went to the apartment and turned it upside down. I had to know the truth.
That was you?
I didn't find anything. Nothing to say what she had been involved with, or gotten into, or who she might have been fighting with.
So what now? Do you still think I'm guilty?
The jury's still out on whether Calliope chose you, but do I think you killed her? No.
If it wasn't Grace, that means someone else was behind Calliope's death. Someone who could keep their involvement hidden.
One of us.
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed Calliope. Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how he might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it. If another mortal killed her, they somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If Calliope was attacked elsewhere, even magic revealed no trace of it.
Did Calliope have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have. What? What am I missing?
Calliope had a way of making people angry. She could be argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that you or I know of, apparently, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
What about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
He did what?
I have to wonder what his angle is.
He has one, that's for certain, though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too messy.
Still, we should consider the idea. For him to show up so quickly is odd.
Wait. Did you say magic?
You can battle me through a song in a world of your own creation, and yet magic is beyond belief?
Yeah.
Sure, I just thought...
We have our powers just as you have yours.
I can grow a field of corn like nobody's business.
Some would say our powers are also magic, but true magic is a different and older power. Hecate's domain.
And it was of no use here.
We shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything yet.
What about Athena? She seemed awfully insistent on declaring me guilty, don't you think?
Athena? No, Athena follows the rules.
Well,
Athena has one goal, and one goal only, to protect the idols, and that included Calliope. She'll eventually drive us all mad with her vigilance, but break her own rules? I don't see it.
Couldn't we go to Athena with this? If you've changed your minds and you're both part of the chorus...
Athena would be sympathetic, but the die has been cast.
She won't go back on the edict, not without clear evidence.
Oh, now you want evidence?
She acted on the information she had. If we want to sway her, we need something better.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the woman who forced Grace to challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that? Are you forgetting what the Muses meant to me?
Well, I'm not giving up. That's right. You heard me. Maybe it's easy for you to throw in the towel. Why not? Your life isn't at stake. But I'm gonna fight. If I have to kick every ass on Olympus, I am getting through this.
Calliope, I'm listening now. Tell us what end you were doomed to.
Calliope, blinded by fire, one match did you strike that consumed you.
How could you blame her? What could she have done to earn such a fate? You are blooded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a throne, go bitter with fury, not everyone seek to betray you.
Stop this! Every action comes with a cost.
And who could she have crossed and lost to?
Follow, your help is not needed here. Go ahead and abandon another muse.
How could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to a terrible fate.
You replay your injuries
It's
till
far
it's
too
too
late.
late.
You know how far I bent
I
before
am
I
trapped.
snapped.
This is not
not
about you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, God of the Sun.
Apollo, for my sake, take a deep breath. I need your help, not your anger. These old wounds, they have you paralyzed. Calliope would want more from you.
She wanted so much more.
She is gone. Follow him, or
That was not my finest moment. Persephone will never let this go.
The hell was that? You were one step away from full thunder and lightning.
Old habits die hard, especially around my family. That's why I've tried to avoid my fellow idols for so long. I don't like who I am when I'm with them.
You'd think being thousands of years old would make idols more mature. And yet...
Oh, I've forgotten 10 lifetimes by now. Perhaps my maturity was in one of those. At least coming here was useful. You have a better idea of where to start looking, right?
And where is that?
I need to give it some thought. This won't be easy. If another idol is behind this, they know as well. They had a plan.
So you don't know where to look next?
I need time to sort it out. Just be patient, Grace.
Is there anything I can do in the meantime? Someplace I can look?
Don't you want to relax? You haven't rested since this began.
Relax? Who can relax? I've been sentenced to death, Apollo.
Fair point. Even so, go home, Grace. The next time you see me, I'll have a better notion of what to do.
Fine. But I'm holding you to that.
Okay, so thoughts. It seemed while I was, playing, I was looking on the Steam forums, and it does seem some people have been having some issues with the audio desyncing as well. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the whatchamacallit. I'm not sure if that's a thing which is like a system thing or if it's just it does definitely seem like to some extent it is the game optimization not being where because like they should not be having those kinds of issues. Aside from that, I'm gonna have to take back the music as being a pro because of the theater kid rapping and the bad rhymes. The rapping was so boring it had me snoring.